And now to officially start our meeting, if you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome to the Clermont County Board of Commissioners, and we'll get started right up. But first, before we start, I'd just like to acknowledge that Commissioner Ed Humphrey is joining us from afar. Morning, Commissioner Humphrey.
Morning.
Good to see you, sir.
Thank you. Good to see you.
I understand today could be, it's possible, unless there's a meeting this Thursday, it could be your last meeting as a Clermont County Board of Commissioner.
It could be.
And I know that we've already celebrated your tenure here, but I just wanted to say thanks so much for your support and all the years that you've given to Clermont County.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's been quite a joy. Thank you.
And in our book here and out on the wall, you will always be a county commissioner.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll move with the agenda. Meeting's been called to order. I understand that Julianne Nisbet might be with us this morning, our health commissioner, to give us an update on COVID-19. And specifically, I know she's going to tell us all about vaccinations. Julianne, are you there?
Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for having me. I know it's been a few weeks since I've been able to be on and give you an update, and that's mainly because we have been frantically, as we continue to kind of deal with disease investigation and contact tracing, we are also working on mass vaccination planning. So very exciting morning. We had about 11 EMS jurisdictions come and pick up vaccine for us. They will be working on administering vaccine to some of their staff today. That will continue over the next probably week or so as additional vaccine becomes available and we get it out to them. So we received 200 doses in our initial shipment, which is extremely small for us, but we look hopeful that more vaccine will continue to kind of come in. We have gotten word that we should receive another 400 doses this week. We're not exactly sure as the timing of that right now. So as we get more information on that, I do want to be very clear, we are only working on Tier 1A recipients at that point. So really focusing on our healthcare workers who are doing direct patient care, who may be exposed with COVID-19 patients. That Tier 1A also does include some of our DD group homes and employees, home healthcare workers, others that may be working, with the elderly, and then any of our long-term care facilities that did not register with the federal program. We do have one that we will be working with to ensure that they can vaccinate their employees and residents, or we may be assisting them with that. So there are a lot of people in that group Tier 1A, and that's really all we're focusing on at this point. So I know we're getting kind of lots of phone calls from public and in general wanting to know when vaccine will be available publicly. Or to more groups, and we just do not have the information on that yet. So we do encourage people to kind of sit tight, pay attention to the information that's on our website. We do have a survey up there for Tier 1A individuals or businesses who may be falling into that Tier 1A that they can fill out a survey. Someone will reach back around to them. That is not for individual people. It's really, we want to look at their employers so we can try to figure out how we can do large numbers of people very quickly in doing that. So we will facilitate through the employer for those individuals who are falling into that Tier 1A group, unless you're kind of a group home or somebody else, and then we're working with those facilities directly. We have great partnerships with DD, so we will continue to kind of meet and work with them on how we tackle their populations for vaccination purposes, and then just continuing to work with lots of our partners here. We are receiving Moderna vaccine. We do have the capability of receiving Pfizer. We do have ultra cold storage that if that is more readily available coming in the future, we can work with that also. Obviously, there's a lot of logistics around this vaccine that is a little bit trickier because there are some restrictions and limitations with it. Moderna comes in a 10-dose vial, Pfizer in a 5-dose vial. There are time limits. Once we puncture those vials and enter them, we have to go through all the doses that are in those vials within about a 6-hour time frame. Otherwise, the vaccine gets wasted. So a lot of planning and very, very detailed planning on our part to ensure that those doses don't go wasted. In doing that, we are hearing, so some of our other partners got vaccine earlier last week and were able to go ahead and implement some of their clinics. We're actually hearing very good responses with little to no interactions with the Moderna vaccine. There have been some, I think, nationally that I've kind of read about, but not seeing a whole lot there. With it, I know there are some concerns. Pfizer has seen some. I would just really encourage people to read the information. People can have anaphylactic reactions to any vaccine. There are people who cannot get the flu shot because of that. So just kind of taking that in kind of the context of other vaccines that does occur. And so really side effects that we're seeing are pretty common with any type of vaccination that would be out there. So nothing, super alarming or concerning with it. As we continue. So that's really what I have for you today. We are hopeful that there may be a couple other products coming onto the market here as we move into early 2021, which will again open up more vaccine availability. We're also hopeful as more vaccine becomes available. Our hope is the state is going to then open up to additional providers in the county. So currently public health and the hospital are the only individuals who are receiving vaccine at this point, but we are really hoping that once that becomes more available, we'll have a lot more providers who will be able to have it, and it gives people some additional options for providing vaccine as we kind of move into the new year and hopefully into the spring, and then maybe be looking good by the time we hit summer. So any questions for me?
Any questions, board?
No questions.
There aren't any, Julie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll move on with the agenda to B, approval of regular session minutes. Board members, you've had the regular session minutes of 12/16/2020 prior to the meeting, had an opportunity to review them. Have any questions or clarifications made? Do I have a motion to approve the regular session minutes of 12/16/2020?
So move.
I'll second.
It's been moved and received a second. Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes. We'll go to C, consent agenda. Board, you've had a consent agenda early. Friday is when it came out. You've had the opportunity to look it over. Are there any items that need to be removed from the consent agenda for further conversation or discussion?
None.
Nope.
Hearing none, I'd ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Then moved and received a second. Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes. We'll
Well,
go
your
to,
microphone is either not there or not turned up.
whose mic? Ed, mine?
No, Holly's.
Holly's? Okay.
It's on your desk.
Where is it?
Is it over at where Ed sits?
There it is.
I'll turn it on.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
You're welcome.
We'll go to D, the non-consent agenda. The non-consent agenda starts on page 3 with item number 4. Item number 4 is a recommendation that the Board of County Commissioners adopt resolution number 194-20, resolving to approve payment to vendors in the total amount of $1,587,534.73, as set forth in the BCC approval invoice report for checks dated December 28, 2020, as presented by the county auditor on 12/28/2020, and further authorizing the county auditor to issue warrants for the same pursuant to section 319.16 of the Ohio Revised Code. Do I have a motion to approve the payment of bills?
Make a motion, we pay our bills.
I'll second.
Then moved and received a second. Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Item number 5.
This is Penny Fryman, reports. The Clermont County Common Pleas Clerk reports software maintenance agreement with Courtroom Justice Solutions, doing business as equivalent for the provision of software maintenance services. The Clerk of Common Pleas Court, the Clerk of Municipal Court, Common Pleas Adult Probation, and the Court of Common Pleas Division of Probate and Juvenile Courts. I guess the contract previous was 20-1217-001. It's the recommendation of myself as GTFA Clerk of Court, Timothy Rudd, Clerk of Municipal Court, Judge Jerry McBride, Court of Common Pleas, Judge James A. Hyman, Clermont County Juvenile and Probate Court, the current Mr. Idaho County Administrator, authorized David King, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute software maintenance agreement by and between the County of Clermont and Courtney Justice Solutions doing business second Clermont for the provision of software maintenance services for the Clerk of Police Board, Clerk of Municipal Board, the Common Pleas Adult Probation Department, and the Court of Common Pleas Division of Probate and Juvenile Courts for a total amount not to exceed $279,490.91 effective January 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2021, pursuant to and in compliance with terms and conditions set forth therein, and contingent upon the issuance and receipt of required purchase. Therefore,
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 5. Do I have a motion for approval?
Make the motion.
Second.
Been moved and received a second. Any conversation or discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Humphrey.
Aye.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Thank you. Item number 6.
Good morning, I'm Lyle Bloom, Director with the Clermont County Water Resources Department, and item 6 is a recommendation to adopt resolution number 195-20, resolving to amend the rules and regulations of the Clermont County Water Resources Department to adjust water and sewer use rates as outlined in Exhibits A, B, C, D, and E, effective May 1st of 2021, May 1st of 2022, May 1st of 2023, May 1st of 2024, and May 1st of 2025 respectively, which represents adjustments to the use rates to support projected operating costs, debt service, and capital improvement and replacement needs of the water and sewer systems in accordance with sections 6103.02 and 6117.02 of the Ohio Revised Code. We presented to the Board of County Commissioners the results of the water and sewer rate study. We presented that on December 2nd and December 8th. And following the December 8th meeting, we released a survey for customers to complete that was issued through social media. That was issued on December 9th, and we gave customers until December 23rd to complete the survey and submit any comments. We have a total of about 44,000 customers, and we received 137 survey responses, which represents about 0.3% of our customers. There were 8 questions in total, and again, they could respond to each one and then submit comments as well. Many of the comments, I'd say the majority, the most popular comment, I'll call it, was that the timing of the rate increases wasn't good considering the pandemic associated with the coronavirus. So part of our recommendation takes that into account, that we're delaying the rate increases until May 1st of 2021. We're also required to give a 90 days notice to our bulk water customers, which are some of the cities and villages that have interconnections with us that we provide water to. We have to provide them 90 days notice. So that will allow us that time to provide 90 days notice. Are there any questions?
No questions.
Lyle, thanks for taking into consideration the comments that you got back from obviously the water users. I'm sure that they would appreciate that, not only did you, pay attention and read them, but you actually acted on their behalf and delayed that until May 1. So thanks for doing that. Board, you've heard the reading of item number 6. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
I'll second.
It's been moved and received a second. Any further conversation or discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Humphrey.
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Item number 7.
Number 7, I will take for Mr. Grabowski. It is the recommendation of Wade Grabowski, Director of Clermont County Facilities Management Department, with the concurrence of Mr. Eigel, to accept the contract by and between the County of Clermont, Ohio, and Perkins Carmack Construction, LLC, for the Clermont County Record Center facility project located in the village of Batavia as complete as of June 25th, 2019, and approve the application and certificate for payment number 13, final, which represents release of retainage in the principal amount of $23,760.00 plus all accrued interest earned.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 7. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
It's been moved and received a second. Any further conversation or discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Humphrey.
Aye.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Item number 8.
Morning, Commissioners. Item number 8 is the recommendation of Michael McNamara, Director, Department of Community and Economic Development, with the concurrence of Greg Bickford, Assistant County Administrator, to authorize the Board of County Commissioners to execute the addendum to the cooperation agreement by and between the Board of County Commissioners of Clermont County, Ohio, and the City of Milford, Ohio, as well as the villages of Bethel, Felicity, Moscow, New Richmond, Owensville, and Williamsburg, in and as it relates to the Clermont County's status as an urban county qualification for federal funding for the Community Development Block Grant Program for program years 2021, 2022, and 2023, 7/1/2020 through 6/30/2023, as administered by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and in compliance with in compliance with the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974, previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on 7/29/2020, which modifies the agreement with the inclusion of the following statement. 13, the city, village may not sell, trade, or otherwise transfer all or any portion of funds received under the program to another such metropolitan city, urban county, unit of general local government, or Indian tribe, or insular area that directly or indirectly receives CDBG funds in exchange for any other funds, credits, or non-federal considerations, but must use such funds for activities eligible under Title I of the Act, and with all other terms and conditions of the cooperation agreement to remain in full force and effect.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 8. Do I have a motion for approval?
So
So
moved.
moved.
I'll second.
Been moved and received. It's been moved twice and received 2 seconds.
I'll second. Want to do it again?
Any further conversation? It's been moved and received a second. Any further conversation or discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Humphrey.
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 9.
I'll take item number 9. Item number 9 is the recommendation to approve and sign public official bond number 6011-52835 in the amount of $2,000 for Jeremy P. Evans, who was duly elected county engineer for the County of Clermont, Ohio, for a term of 4 years commencing on January 4th, 2021 and ending January 5th, 2025, and subsequent thereto to authorize payment of the premium therefore in the amount of $325 to C. Edward Lovins Insurance Agency of Milford, Ohio, pursuant to Section 31503 of the Ohio Revised Code. The public official bond is to be filed in the office of the county treasurer.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 9 for a bond for Jeremy Evans, our engineer. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Been moved and received a second. Any further conversation? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Humphrey.
Aye.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Item number 10.
Item number 10 is the recommendation to approve and sign public official bond number 601113014 in the amount of $5,000 for Robert Stephen Leahy, who was duly elected county sheriff for the County of Clermont, Ohio, for a term of 4 years commencing on January 4th, 2021 and ending on January 5th, 2025, and subsequent thereto to authorize payment of the premium therefore in the amount of $325 to C. Edward Lovins Insurance Agency in Milford, Ohio, pursuant to Section 31102 of the Ohio Revised Code. This public official bond is to be filed in the office of the county auditor.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 10 for a bond for Sheriff Robert Leahy. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
I'll second.
Been moved and received a second. Any further conversation? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Humphrey.
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Item number 11.
And number 11 is the recommendation to approve and sign public official bond number 601113013 in the amount of $119,161 for Robert Stephen Leahy, who was duly elected County Sheriff for the County of Clermont, Ohio, for a term of 4 years, commencing January 4th, 2021, and ending January 5th, 2025, and subsequent thereto, to authorize payment of the premium therefore in the amount of $1,942 to C. Edwin Lovins Insurance Agency of Milford, Ohio, pursuant to Section 325071 of the Ohio Revised Code. Public official bond is to be filed in the office of the county treasurer.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 11 for an additional bond for Robert Stephen Leahy, our county sheriff. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Been moved and received a second. Any further conversation or discussion?
Yes, why do we have two bonds for Mr. Leahy, and then later we'll have to call the two bonds?
This will be their furtherance of justice accounts, their FOJ accounts.
Okay, so it's two different accounts that require bonds. I saw they were under different sections of the code, so.
Correct. They will have a bond for their public official, their actions as a public official, as well as a bond for their furtherance of justice accounts.
Very good, thank you.
Okay. Anything further? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran, I'm sorry, Commissioner Humphrey.
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Item number 12.
We did that backwards.
Did I do that backwards? My apologies.
Oh, that's all right. Should we do it again?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Commissioner Humphrey, I'm sorry.
I'm over here.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Item number 12.
Item number 12 is the recommendation to approve and sign public official bond number 0142215513 in the amount of $5,000 for Mark Joseph DeCalvey, who was elected county prosecutor for the County of Clermont, Ohio, for a term of 4 years, commencing on January 4th, 2021, and ending January 5th, 2025, and subsequent thereto, to authorize payment of the premium therefore in the amount of $325 to C. Edward Lovins Insurance Agency of Milford, Ohio, pursuant to Section 31102 of the Ohio Revised Code, and this public official bond is to be filed in the office of the county auditor.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 12 for a bond for Mark DeCalvey, our new county prosecutor. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
I'll second.
Been moved and received a second. Any further conversation? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Item number 13.
Item number 13 is the recommendation to approve and sign public official bond number 014221514 in the amount of $104,603 for Mark Joseph DeCalvey, who was duly elected county prosecutor for the County of Clermont, Ohio, for a term of 4 years, commencing on January 4th, 2021, and ending January 5th, 2025, and subsequent thereto, to authorize payment of the premium therefore in the amount of $1,192 to C. Edward Lovins Insurance Agency of Milford, Ohio, pursuant to Section 325071 of the Ohio Revised Code, and this public official bond is to be filed in the office of the county treasurer.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 13. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Been moved and received a second. Any further conversation or discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Humphrey.
Aye.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. Thanks, Holly. Item number 14.
Sandy Tahad here with Human Resources, and item 14 is a recommendation to approve personnel actions for the Clermont County Kennel. We have Caleb Peterson, Deputy Dog Warden, new hire, vacant position, effective December 29th, 2020. And Teresa Fox, Kennel Attendant, full-time, new hire, vacant position, effective January 1st, 2021.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 14. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
I'll second.
It's been moved and received a second. Any further conversation or discussion?
The board would like, let me just give you a quick rundown of what this is. As you already know, we've hired our dog warden, Joshua Davis. This is hiring our deputy dog warden, Mr. Caleb Peterson, who comes to us from Memphis, Tennessee, where he ran the city of Memphis's dog shelter. And then we have Teresa Fox, who's currently an employee down at our own animal shelter, who will be continuing on with us as we go forward. So we just want to let the board know that we have a plan in place. We've had several organizations reach out to us. We've had several donations. We already have a lot of food to get us through. So things are coming together nicely. And on January 1st, we'll be ready to take over. And we have a good team in place here. We've had somebody in Josh Davis who has ran our shelter before and also ran Brown counties. And then we have Mr. Peterson who ran City of Memphis. So we have a great depth of experience that's going to be moving forward with us.
That sounds great, Greg. Any further conversation or discussion, board? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Yes. Item number 15.
15 is going to be me. It's my recommendation to execute a quit claim deed for real estate owned by the Board of County Commissioners to create one new lot from parcel numbers 060224.026 and 060224.009, situated within the village of Batavia, and parcel number 010203D-009, situated in Batavia Township, containing approximately 150.073 acres, as more fully described in Exhibit A and B attached, and to authorize the Clermont County Engineers Office to record the plat in deed.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 15. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
It's been moved and received a second. Any further conversation or discussion? Greg, could you kind of go over what this?
So basically, this is your Filiger Road campus. Its deeds and surveys date back to the 1800s. And with potential future changes to the Filiger campus, whether or not it's an expansion of the engineer's office, whether or not it's the gas line that's going in, we needed to take the property and convey it back as a quitclaim deed to properly have it surveyed and properly authorize the deeds. There was one of the deeds that dates back to 1800 that had the original lot owner still on that deed. So this cleans all that up and gives us one new parcel going forward that we can take action on in the future should we need to.
Okay. Any other conversation, board?
No.
Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes. Item number 16. Hi, Mary.
Mary Raines from OMB, and item number 16 is the recommendation to accept the updated proposal submitted by Arthur Gallagher Risk Management Services for the insurance program renewal proposal dated December 18th, 2020, as it relates to all the final quotes from carriers that they received for the purchase of property casualty and liability, which includes the cyber and the excess liability insurance for Clermont County, for 12/31/2020 through 12/31/2021 at an annual premium of $991,505, which represents an increase of $198,600 previously presented on December 16th, and further authorize David Painter, President of the Board, and/or Thomas Eigel to execute any and all documents in and as it relates thereto. If you'll recall, we're going to continue to try and obtain excess liability insurance, which has been difficult in the market right now. So it's basically just that increase. They did finally, get everything in place. So we'll be increasing the 2021 appropriations at the next item on the agenda to cover that increase.
Okay. Board, you've heard the reading of item number 16. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
I'll second.
It's been moved and received a second. Any further conversation or discussion? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes. Item number 17.
Okay, item number 17 is a recommendation to amend 2021 annual appropriations, resolution number 19120, that was adopted on December 16th, 2020, for fiscal year 2021, pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 570538, in the additional amount of $3,655,458, as incorporated in the amended Exhibit A, which is attached for a revised 2021 annual appropriation of $279,563,821.61. And this covers the additional excess liability, some DJFS and Family and Children First appropriations to be added.
Okay. Board, you've heard the reading of item number 17. Do I have a motion for approval?
Make the motion.
Second.
It's been moved and received with second. Any further conversation or discussion? Everybody's aware of what makes up that number? Okay. All righty. Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
The details to that additional were presented
Yep.
last week.
Okay. Well, since we've been out on a holiday, I just wanted to make sure that, we all kind of remembered, you know what I mean?
Everybody got it, right?
Not that we've had a couple miscues today, you know what I mean? I kind of feel the same way,
We're
right?
just double doing it.
I know.
It's been a year.
That's right, it has. Item number 18.
Okay. Item number 18 is a recommendation of Linda Fraley, Clermont County Auditor, with the concurrence of Thomas Eigel, to resolve to approve changes to the 2020 Annual Appropriation Resolution 19119 pursuant to 570540 of the Revised Code. And these are year-end reductions that the auditor likes to balance out with the actual revenues available. The reductions are in the CDBG Entitlement Fund, CDBG Entitlement Program Fund, which is the program income, CTC Capital, Fleet, and Public Assistance. The total reduction is $1,593,041.35.
Board, you've heard the reading of item number 18. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
I'll second.
Been moved and received a second. Any further comment or discussion? See, these numbers are much better. They're all negative numbers, you know what I mean?
Oh, we'll go through this at this.
Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes. Thanks, Mary. That concludes our regular agenda as presented. I'll go to E. Are there any additions to the agenda for today?
Not at this time.
Okay. Then I would move to F, and I am going to ask for a motion to move into executive session pursuant to section 121.22 G1 of the Ohio Revised Code to first consider the employment or compensation of one or more public employees, and in that motion, I would like the board to approve Bonnie Batchelor to attend our executive session today. Do I have a motion to move into executive session?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Been moved and received a second. Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes, we will move to executive session. We will return and we will conduct further business. Thank you. We have returned from executive session. There were no actions taken and no decisions made. We'll move on with the agenda, but first I'll ask, are there any additions to the agenda?
Yes, sir, I do have one for your consideration. It is the designation of dog wardens for the county pursuant to Chapter 955 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Board, you've heard the recommendation for an addition to the agenda for consideration and designation of dog wardens. Do I have a motion to add it to the agenda?
So moved.
I'll second.
Been moved and received a second. Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes. Mr. Bickford, would you do the honors?
Yes, sir. Just since this is potentially our last meeting of the year, there's a couple housekeeping items we need to take care of for the dog warden. So it's my recommendation to resolve to ratify the acceptance of resignation and appointments of the following individuals as dog wardens for the County of Clermont, Ohio, pursuant to and compliance with Section 955.12 of the Ohio Revised Code for the administration of statutory requirements of Chapter 955 of the Ohio Revised Code entitled Dogs relative to the housing, feeding, caring for, disposing of unlicensed or stray dogs within Clermont County, effective the dates as follows. Termination of Travis Millam, Chief Dog Warden. Termination of Troy Taylor, Deputy Dog Warden. Termination of Ashley Risner, Deputy Dog Warden, effective 12/31/20, and the appointment of Joshua Davis as Chief Dog Warden and Caleb Peterson as Deputy Dog Warden, effective 1/1/2021.
Board, you've heard the reading of a recommendation from Mr. Bickford, the Assistant County Administrator, to ratify acceptance of resignations and appointments for dog wardens here in Clermont County. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Been moved and received a second. Any further conversation or discussion? Greg, just to talk about that for a second, this will put us in a position that we have our animal shelter covered with dog wardens as of 1/1/2021. Is that correct?
That's correct. You've already done the personnel actions to hire these individuals, and so this just makes their appointment as dog wardens per 955 of the ORC on that date.
Okay. Any further conversation? Roll call, Holly.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes. Any other additions to the agenda?
That's it, sir.
Hearing none, I'll move to G, county staff elected official discussions. Any county staff or elected official discussions today?
No, sir.
Then we'll move to H. To H, member comments?
I have two comments. One is, we did not cancel the contract with the Clermont Cares Humane Society. Their contract ended December 31st, and we went out for an RFP to attempt to find a new person. They applied. We were unable to negotiate a contract that was suitable to both sides. They declined our offer, and therefore, we do not have a contract. So failing a contract, we need to take over dog warden service because it's required in the Ohio Revised Code. And my understanding is we're going out for an RFP to hire a humane society to take over the remainder of that building and operate their humane society. So that's I just wanted to clarify that. The other piece I wanted to talk about was stay safe, wear masks, do what you can to quell the COVID until we can get our vaccinations. Thank you.
Absolutely. And Commissioner Humphrey, thank you for your service to Clermont County. I know we're probably going to get to see you. Are we going to set a meeting? Or is,
You can if you want to. Right now, I do have to put the agenda together for a special meeting. I don't have that agenda 100% yet. If we do, it'll be later today, and we will announce it per the ORC as required.
Holly, since it's going to be a that would be
Special meeting.
special meeting, do we need to add that to the calendar by motion here today?
we do not have to add that today if it's going to be a special meeting.
Okay.
If it is going to be a regular session meeting that you're adding to our calendar of sessions for this year, we could certainly do that today and just make sure we still meet the requirements of providing notification within 24 hours of the agenda, and we would post that as we do internally as well as on the internet.
And that would be posted as of today?
It would be up to, we have 24 hours prior to session, so it would just need to be posted no later than Wednesday.
Okay.
Which may be
I
allowed.
would like to establish a regular meeting for the 31st as per the Ohio Revised Code.
That may give
I'd
us
like to make that a motion.
flexibility.
Okay, then I'd go back real quick to additions to the agenda. I understand that we would like to add an addition to the agenda to consider a change in our regular scheduled meetings this year to add a regular scheduled meeting. Do I have a motion to amend the agenda?
So moved.
I'll second.
It's been moved and received a second. Roll call, Holly?
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes. Mr. Humphrey, would you make the motion for the meeting?
I make a motion, we hold a regular scheduled meeting on December 31st.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and received a second. Roll call, Holly?
just to clarify, would that be Thursday, December 31st at 10 a.m.?
Yes, it would.
Yes.
Sorry,
you.
at 10 a.m., the 31st is 10 a.m.
Then I'll second that.
Motion's been amended and a second's been received. Roll call, Holly?
Commissioner Humphrey,
Aye.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Commissioner Painter.
Yes. And then I'd move back to item H for member comments. Ed, I know had finished his comments. Commissioner Corcoran, any comments about the meeting today?
No comment, sir.
I have one more comment. I want to thank you two as commissioners for working with me and being good commissioners that you have been. I think you all really care for the citizens of Clermont County and extend yourself to them. So thank you for what you have done and will continue to do.
Thank you for your leadership, Ed.
You bet, Commissioner Humphrey, thank you. And then member comments, just to make a few here. Obviously, Ed's already touched on us staying safe and making sure that we continue to, manage our safety during this COVID-19 environment. We're right at the door of vaccinations starting here. I know they're not coming in the numbers that we all would like to see. Obviously, first responders and medical workers will be the first consideration when it comes to those vaccinations, but they are coming. I think we're all watching the news and we're looking at that very closely. On a personal note, one of the things that I would let you know is I have a son who's been diagnosed COVID-19. His mother or I, we have not been around him, but he exhibited a fever and lost his sense of taste and smell. And so he was very responsive and went down and had a test, and he got his test back yesterday, and he is COVID-19 positive. He has said that so far the symptoms are mild, and he gave me a call last night and said that if this is all COVID has to bring, he said no sweat. So we're encouraged by that, but I just want to make sure it affects everyone's family. To all those who have been affected by COVID-19, my heart goes out to you. I know that that's a really scary thing and scary for our family too, but so far so good. Luckily we were not together in Christmas. It hasn't been in our household for a couple months. So, no one else was exposed, just the people that he's been around. So, we took necessary precautions this weekend too. So I know it wasn't your standard Christmas, that we would have all liked to have had, but there will be better days coming. So stay safe and be watchful for your family. If there's nothing else to come before this board, then I would say thank you for your attendance today. Thanks for those who have watched virtually and are out on the web watching. We appreciate you being there. And thank you so much. We will see you this coming Thursday on the 31st of December at 10 o'clock in the morning. Thank you.
Can we get a motion to adjourn?
Yes, and with that, I would ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
It's been moved and received a second. Roll call, Holly?
Commissioner Corcoran?
Yes.
Commissioner Humphrey?
Aye.
Commissioner Painter?
Yes, we stand in adjournment. Thank you.